Hello roses, I'm back, and this is going to be Vlogmas day 4 and 5 and 6, because this Vlogmas shit is hard, man. I'm not even editing my videos and this shit is hard, like, to actually do these every day. Like, god damn, man. Salute to anybody that's doing this, like really doing it the right way. They're taking their time, they're editing the videos, and they actually coming with like concepts and ideas that they have planned out, because I'm not. I'm just jumping on camera, and I'm doing that so that I get used to getting back on camera and uploading my videos, because this is a goal for me. To build my YouTube channel is a goal for me, and I have to stay consistent. And I think that's a part of my growth, me just growing right now and moving more towards all of my goals. I'm learning that I have to be more consistent, and I have to come out of my head, because I be in my head a lot about a lot of different shit that I probably shouldn't be in my head about. But that too has been a major component of my growth. Learning how to thought switch, learning how to control my thought process and the things that I'm thinking, because your thoughts create your life. Like, they create your world, and that's what I'm learning. And I'm constantly trying to get myself or keep myself in spaces where they're super positive, super inspiring. I even got a couple of jobs with the title inspiration inside of them, because I'm just that gung-ho on being in positive spaces and in positive places with positive people, because the people that you're around, you start to become like. Now, the thing with me is, I've been alone for a while. Like, even when I was in my relationship, I was pretty much alone, because I was in my head about how I was getting ready to do things so that my children could be okay. I wasn't focused on the relationship at all. I was really focused on me. And the downfall of the relationship really started to take me down. Well, no, really, while I was in the relationship, it was taking me down, because I didn't want to focus on it. I wanted to focus on me and my kids. I had just came out of my addiction. I needed to get myself all the way together. And that is why they say you probably shouldn't do a relationship strictly straight out of or when you first get into recovery, because you can't focus on yourself the way you need to. You really can't. And I'm dealing with all kind of stuff, like old traumas and all that, but I'm dealing with it. And that takes me back to my main point, and I think that's what this video is going to be about. Changing your thoughts, learning how to thought switch, learning how to control what you choose to think about, because you don't have to think about certain things. There are things you have to absolutely think about that bring you like stress, but for the most part, you don't have to think about a lot of the shit that you think about. It's a lot of things that I was thinking about that I didn't have to think about. I just decided to start thought switching. And thought switching for me is something like, okay, I go to thinking about one of them times I got raped in my addiction or something like that. Immediately I thought switch, because I know what that thought is going to do to my emotional. I know what that thought is going to do to my thought process, and I know that I went through that, but there's nothing I can do about that now. So why continue to think about it? Why even put it on myself? And there's nothing I can do about it but go to therapy. I choose to think thoughts that are going to bring me peace. I choose to think thoughts that are going to bring me joy. I choose to think a lot about how I want my life to be and what I need to do in order to get my life to be like that. Man, I'm late growing up because of the trauma, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. Yeah, I'm 38, but really mentally I'm like 28. You understand what I'm saying? Mentally, I'm really like 28 years old, because I'm just now growing up because of all the trauma that I went through. And people that haven't experienced some of the trauma that I've experienced, and I know it might be a lot of people that can relate to this. People that haven't experienced some of the traumas that I've experienced got the opportunity to focus on themselves and grow. They got the opportunity to really expound on themselves and hone in on their gifts and their talents. I had all kind of gifts and talents that I didn't get to hone in on because of trauma. Emotional, mental, spiritual trauma. And then as I got older, I started to attract a lot of physical trauma to me. You know, you create your life with your thoughts. And the fact that they have infiltrated our music, they have infiltrated television. Well, television always been infiltrated, that's why they call it television. You know, so it's kind of like being placed back a couple of grades, because you didn't catch on quick enough to certain concepts about being an adult, or be a life period. People haven't taught you how to be a woman, how to be. All they taught you was that you need a man. That all you need is a man. That's what I was taught. You know, and I wasn't even taught that by my mama, because to be honest with you, my mama didn't play them kind of games. My mama wasn't the kind of mama that actually was in relationships, in and out of relationships. She had one husband. She had me on that husband. I know my real daddy, but I got my stepdaddy last name because she went back to her husband. And when her husband passed away, she didn't bother to get married again, or date, or be in a relationship. That's where I'm at right now. I'm done with my child's father. And at this point, I don't want to date or be in a relationship, because I realized the trauma slowed me down growth-wise, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I got to do some catching up so that I don't put myself or my kids through certain situations and experiences. It's just unnecessary. When you know better, you do better. You get what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at today. I have a lot of things that I need to get together, and I'm compartmentalizing those things as we speak. I'm in the process of getting my health back in order, so there's going to probably be a YouTube, I'm going to say a YouTube special. I'm going to call it a YouTube special. No, there's probably going to be what they call those little things when you have like episodes. It's gonna be like episodes of me getting my hormones back in order, me getting my weight back in order. We got the face back in order, we got the look back. We back with that. Yes. Hey, hi. But what I want to do is I want to build my credit. That's a financial aspect of my life. I'm behind on that because wasn't taught what I needed to be taught. Been having credit since 16. Been having credit since 16 years old. I thought that was free money. I thought it was free money. Nobody told me that wasn't free money. I thought that was free money. I'm sitting up here messing my credit up since 16 years old. I got to get all that together. Now, although my credit score ain't just horrible or in the trash, it could be so much better so that I can start preparing to get the house that I want. You know, that's a journey. Getting the house, fixing the credit, getting my hormones in order. I have the job that I want, and I'm in school for what I want to be in school for. And that was a journey all in itself. I'm gonna tell y'all a story time about that. Man, I was getting ready to go into school for cosmetology, and right before school started, I decided to switch. And I switched to business management and entrepreneurship. And my car ended up breaking down. And what do you know? Gratefully, I hadn't already switched my studies. This is what we're gonna call it, because I didn't completely forgot the word for it. I didn't completely switch my studies, and had I stayed in cosmetology, I wouldn't even been able to make it to class because my car had broke down, boy. And all my classes are online, so I was just grateful that I made that decision. But I'm circling into this, man. God will give you all of the signs when you're doing what you need to do and when you're on the right track, and he'll give you the signs when you're off the track. It's like but the signs that he give you when you're off the track, they be hard. They be the kind that you can catch on to. Yeah, they do. I could tell you straight, once I got into that relationship fully with that man, I stopped receiving like the checks that were coming from out of nowhere. I'm talking about checks was in my mail from out of nowhere. We had Wells Fargo. One of the doctors that I had went to sent me back some money because I overpaid. it was a settlement for something else that came in. I was just getting money left and right, and this was like in 2020 going into 2021 when I started to fight for my children. So I already